So again, start with the basic. What do we mean by search intent drift and why it matters a lot for SEO at this point of time?
Yeah, I'll answer that. Vijay, if you want to answer that, you can go first, and then I'll answer. Okay. What I will do is, I think so I'll take it first, and then maybe if you want to answer, you can. So over a period of time, the updates that came through Google's algorithm has been very frequent. Like, uh, let's go back to 15 years back, 2010. Um, there was a Google update, whether it was Penguin, Panda, like the updates were like once in a year kind of a this thing affair. But eventually, 2015 onwards, like there were new updates, there were no new themes of updates, and it was whether it was E80 E80 in 2018 or other quality rater guidelines. So the updates become more frequent, and with those becoming more frequent, Google's algorithm became more smarter, and then the intent and how people searched on Google changed over a period of time. So it keeps on evolving. Now let's take an example. If we used to search iPhone 10 years back, it would show up Apple's homepage, like Apple website. But now, if we search for iPhone, so based on our behavior, based on the location that we are searching from, it will show a bunch of e-commerce results. It will show a bunch of reviews, comparisons, and whatnot. So the intent has changed and evolved over a period of time. So it's not about thinking of a particular landing page from just one keyword or one phrase and optimizing it accordingly and then forget it. Like SEOs and content marketers need to revisit it every at least every quarter, like bare minimum, just to make sure that what are the new SERP features, what is the intent, what are the users looking for. So based on the users demand, Google will come up with new SERP features, new cards, video packs, image packs, and top stories and whatnot. So yeah, I think so. Isha and Vijay both are on the panel. Like if you guys want to add,
Coming back to the topic, I think shifting search intent. Why? So the question which Parth you have, Malhar, which you have added, I think. Uh, See, I personally feel that at this point of time, we need to start accepting that the behavior of search is changing. So, since the behavior of search is changing, the shifting has to be accepted, because now it's, I mean, based on the topic and based on the question, I would, and even what I'm seeing at this point of time, uh, with the whole AI world, with lot of interactive tools available on the platform, the brands and the businesses has to think very differently, that how do they want the the different search engines to perceive their brand. So that's why it's very important for every brand owner to understand that if at this point of time you're not going to create your like, and that is why right now semantic is very important. The way you are designing your content is becoming very very important. And see, it's, I would say, more than intent, the search behavior itself has changed. There was a time where so I mean, we have came from ages where search was not even existed. So we've seen the era where Google just started, where Web 2 hardly websites were opening. Now, and now we are seeing the era where the answers are on your messages. So like you are, I mean, you just WhatsApp something, you will on WhatsApp there is AI, on every platform there is an AI. You don't have to just go to the search. So behavior of a consumer as they are searching is changing. So now how do we all, or rather brands, ensure that their brand visibility or their brand is perceived in a way how they want to communicate? So that is very important. So that is why this whole shift is very important.
A fantastic point, and very valid. Vijay, if you want to add something to it, or Parth, if you have a counter.
Yes, so I was just telling last week I had a call with Jason Barden, the SERP guy, uh, for a discovery call, like how I can like improve my search presence on link like LLMs and AI overview and etc. So Jason like said one thing, Vijay, don't do everything. Just take Google as a like a newborn baby. Whatever you like, if you ask anything like how your brand is know about you, like if you जैसे कोई मतलब बॉर्न बेबी है जितना हम उसको सिखाएंगे उतना ही वो अच्छे से मतलब सीखेगा. इट कैन बी लैंग्वेज, इट कैन बी लाइक एनीथिंग. तो अभी इसको इसी तरह लेते कि मतलब ऐसा सोच लो कि ये जो पूरा नया मतलब ये बिहेवियर शिफ्ट है, उसको एक बॉर्न बेबी की तरह सोचो कि लाइक एंटिटी. जैसे अभी मैंने पास्ट मेरे जो भी मैंने ये एग्जांपल्स में भी बताया, जित मतलब गूगल के पास ऑलरेडी नॉलेज ग्राफ एपीआई अवेलेबल है, प्लेसिस एपीआई अवेलेबल है. अभी इतना मतलब इतनी सारे टेक्नोलॉजीज है, लाइक कॉमेट का अगर आपके पास एक्सेस है तो आप बहुत सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं. इंटेंट क्या है ये सारी चीजें करने के लिए. सो थिंग इज गूगल अभी इतना स्मार्ट हो गया है कि लाइक एलएलएम्स इसको मतलब हरा नहीं सकते. गूगल के पास सबसे बड़ा पावर है एंटिटी, जिसकी वजह से उसको कॉस्ट कटिंग भी मतलब मैंने अभी पहले सर्च किया ऋतिक रोशन. अभी ऋतिक रोशन कह रहा हूँ सारी जो चीज़ें जैसे रिसेंटली एक मैं वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल आई वाज जस्ट रिसर्चिंग फॉर हाउ टू अगर आप जस्ट सर्च करोगे ना हाउ टू रन एन लोकली. अभी n8n के बारे में ये डायरेक्टली जो भी गूगल अभी एआई और में कोड स्निपेट्स एकदम कॉपी टू कॉपी कॉपी पेस्ट जो सब चीजें दिखा रहा है. लाइक इसकी वजह से n8n का खुद का मतलब डॉग भी है वो भी नहीं रैंक कर रहा. ठीक है. तो इसके अराउंड मैं थोड़ा ये रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा था. तो मुझे एक मतलब इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा पॉइंट मिला कि जैसे मैंने अगर ये सर्च किया है विद इन लास्ट 13 days एंड अभी जो जेमिनी का 2.5 प्रो आया, तो मतलब मैं थोड़ा कॉमेट की हेल्प लेके नेटवर्किंग कंसोल वो सारी चीज़ों में ये सारी चीज़ें देखता हूँ. गूगल अभी एआई मोड में मुझे भी कुछ अलग चीज़ें दिखाएगा. तो जैसे मैंने कुछ डॉकर के साथ में अगर पास में मैंने कुछ सर्च किया है, तो गूगल एआई ओवरव्यू में जस्ट मुझे डॉकर एंड और कौन-कौन सी रिलेटेड मेथड्स वो सारी चीज़ें ज़्यादा दिखाएगा. तो एआई ओवरव्यू मेरे लिए भी कुछ अलग है विथ लॉगिन, आपके लिए भी कुछ अलग है. सो लाइक वी नीड टू मेक श्योर कि हमारा मतलब जो भी इंटेंट है, जो भी टारगेट ऑडियंस है, अगर उसने पास में भी कुछ हमारे प्रोडक्ट के बारे में 30 डेज़ पहले या कुछ भी हिस्टोरिकल सर्च किया है, गूगल वो सारी लर्निंग्स भी अप्लाई करके वहाँ पे लाइक रैंक करेगा. सो यस, अभी स्टिल मैं ये सारी चीज़ें पैटर्न वगैरह सब स्टडी कर रहा हूँ हाउ इट इज़ वर्क एंड मतलब पूरा इसका सर्च फ्लो क्या है, पूरे ये सारी मॉडल्स कैसे वर्क करते हैं एंड एवरीथिंग. हाँ, एक एक सॉरी मैं थोड़ा टॉपिक से बाहर जा रहा हूँ, बट वन और मुझे एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ मिली लास्ट रिसेंटली गूगल ने ये जो एआई और मोड में भी थोड़े चेंजेस किए. लाइक गूगल को पहले प्रॉब्लम था कि मतलब वो इंटेंट की बात करें तो गूगल ने खुद ऐसे अलग-अलग मॉडल्स बनाए हैं कि लाइक इन्फॉर्मेशनल इंटेंट है, तो डायरेक्टली वो मॉडल को कॉल करेगा कि जहाँ से ईज़िली आंसर वो रिट्राइव कर पाए. किसी ने लाइक कॉमर्शियल इंटेंट है, तो कॉमर्शियल इंटेंट के लिए भी अलग मॉडल्स हैं. तो जेमिनी मतलब एआई मोड के रिलेटेड जो भी आंसर्स जनरेट हो रहे हैं क्वेरी फैन टेक्निक उसके लिए 6-7 गूगल ने इंटरनल मॉडल्स ट्रेन किए हैं. तो जो जैसी गूगल मतलब यूजर की नीड है जो एआई मोड में आप सर्च करें गूगल वही मॉडल को फटाफट यूज करेगा. एंड अगर वो कोई फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज कर रहा है तो फिर उसको कैच करेगा. बट यस स्टिल आई एम जस्ट लर्निंग ये सारी चीजें.
No, fantastic insights. So that I'll segue into the similar line in terms of uh, how do we identify that intent, right? And because for a keyword or a phrase, how can we understand that it has shifted over time? ऐसा कुछ पता चल सकता है क्या?
इंटेंट मतलब हिस्टोरिकल डेटा एंड मतलब एक एक चीज मतलब वहां से मतलब गूगल ने अभी जब से 2.5 प्रो अगर आप लैब में अगर टेस्ट करोगे ना, मैंने एक इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा पॉइंट ये निकाला कि गूगल अभी जो जो अभी लास्ट रिसेंटली जो डेटा गूगल ने शेयर किया ना, कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा अभी लोग अभी सर्च यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मतलब कन्वर्जेशनल क्वेरीज को मतलब ज़्यादा वो क्वेरी फ्रंट टेक्निक में यूज़ करने की ट्राई, जैसे मैंने कुछ थिंग्स टू डू इन अहमदाबाद दिस वीकेंड ऐसा सर्च किया, तो इट कैन बी मैं कोई फेस्टिवल्स के अराउंड भी वो मुझे थोड़े बहुत रिस्पॉन्स दिखाएगा। और मैं अहमदाबाद में नेक्स्ट वीक अगर कोई काइट फेस्टिवल आ रहा है, तो वो सारी चीज़ें भी गूगल सर्च करके वो मतलब वो क्वेरी फ्रंट टेक्निक में जितनी भी सारी चीज़ें यूज़ कर रहा है, कि जितनी पॉसिबिलिटीज़ है कि अगर मैं कुछ सर्च कर रहा हूँ उसके अराउंड पॉसिबिलिटीज़ कितनी है, वो उसी को हम एज़ अ इंटेंट मतलब कवर कर सकते हैं। कि मेरा कोई कुछ भी मैं सर्च कर रहा हूँ, तो वो सर्च करने के पीछे का इंटेंट क्या है और उसके लिए कौन-कौन सी रिलेटेड पॉसिबिलिटीज़ होगी, जो होनी चाहिए।
Yeah, absolutely. Because I typically put an example of say what is Apple, right? So the moment you
Yes.
query, what is Google going to understand? Is it Apple the fruit or Apple the company?
Yes.
Yes, Isha, please go ahead. Isha, you are on mute if you're speaking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, actually, I was speaking. So I'm saying in that case, I would say that it depends on who you are. Are you a farmer or you are a technology expert? Basis on that, Google will give you the answers. So
Yes.
that's case number one. Case number two is, I mean, see, right now, if you personally ask me, if we just want to understand the intent from Google perspective, we still have Search Console. So Search Console gives us a good query level data which helps us in understanding how our website is being adapted in the market. So giving you an example, like for example, like recently I'm working on a agro based client, and we were just doing a small experiments there. So we experimented we just experimented with their H1s, and what I realized was that the kind of queries for which we started seeing visibility for those specific pages has changed, like the words and the and that actually helped me in understanding that what kind of queries customers are Google is basically showing. So that's one part of understanding the intent if it is from the Google perspective. Second is, if we are talking about AI, now AI is very tricky. Because see, Google still is has their own tools where we can track and we have a lot more information. But in the case of AI, first of all, we all are logged in, and you can't track too much of information when a customer is actually logged in. So there's a lot of so that's one. Second is, what I'm like recently what I was seeing is that if as a customer, I was doing a bit of a research, and I actually asked some generic queries to AI itself, and then and the response which AI gave, then I counter asked them that, okay, where have you got these responses from? And then they said that, oh, these are some responses which are actually in our which we have adapted in our own system. So then I realized that even in the AI there are two types of responses which you will get. One is AI engine which has adapted based on their own intelligence, and it is giving you basic generic responses, like, maybe a currency change, maybe a calculation, maybe the generic form of content. And then if you go up very specific case by case, then they will start giving you references once you ask. So it's very in the case of AI, I think it's still very early. But if we talk about Google, Bing, Bing Webmaster, Google Webmaster still give us an understanding of intent. And I think right now, I feel that's why right now, as a marketer or even as an SEO expert, it is becoming very important for every SEO expert to start thinking like a marketer and not just thinking like a
Yes.
keyword
Yes.
person. So like at this point of time, I would say that even if a tool is not giving, you need to understand what is your customer asking. You need to understand what is your customer problem statements are. You need to, maybe you need to go up, even if there are only one or two forms filled up in your, for your own website, you have to go up and question them, ask them, okay, what did you search for, where did you search for, what, where exactly do you go, what information you do you adapt. So this is becoming very important in the case of SEO people as well.
Fantastic. Parth, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to share one example here. Is if we look at a keyword like how to tie a tie. If we searched it before COVID, it was a textual blog. Now, if we search it, it will show YouTube shorts or any short form videos. So this is how Google SERP has been evolving. Like the intent has been shifting for a lot of queries based on how the content is being consumed. Like no one wants to read a blog with 2 3 paragraphs on how to tie a tie and what are the types of tying. Uh, there are multiple types of tying a tie. So now it will just show a common method with a YouTube video. Yeah, Vijay, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, Isha. Okay, before I move further, Isha,
Mm,
please.
Yeah, I mean, while Parth was sharing his example, I certainly remember one more example. I mean, so there was, I mean, I'm not remembering the exact keyword, but there was a scenario where I actually searched for a keyword in different devices using different IP address, using incognito, non-incognito, and I was seeing that there's a behavioral change. That suddenly, when I'm searching and I'm logged in, then the AI is coming. When I'm in incognito, the AI overview is not coming. The results are and SERPs are different. So that's and I also tried to, did a experiment with different devices of different peoples who behave. Like I'm an SEO expert. There was my brother's device who's a chartered accountant. Then like my husband who's a tech person. So everybody use their devices to search their different things. I just thought that okay, let me just test, and every result was very different. And then I realized okay, these results, even so, that's what I realized. That's why, the way they are saying that Google is basically is the biggest spy of you. It's actually checking where you are going, what you are doing, and basis on that they are responding. So and that's clearly seeing right now with their intent driven results, that they know who you are. They're showing results basis on who and what you are. Even I mean, I just recently did a basic example of, you remove the cache also in few minutes, that scenario will be shown. And that's the same scenario you can even try and go up and see in YouTube. So you'll see that, you start watching a type of videos and they start showing those kind of videos. You even delete the cache, you delete the history, and after some point of time again it will start coming because you start watching those things. So this whole search behavior is going towards inte- uh, uh, I think tools are basically now becoming AI centric, because see, previously it was more algo. Now they have added AI. I mean, along the algo, the AI has been sophisticated. The AI is understanding the behaviors. The AI is actually trying to modify there also. So that's why the technology is becoming very advanced, and that's why the results are becoming very, very, very volatile.
Fantastic. So, I guess what we covered so far is probably the what and how and all the stuff. Now, assuming that I am a brand and I already have content which probably had been uh, ranking very well, was easy to discover, etc. But now, because of shift in intent, that content is not getting discovered, not getting ranked. What should I do with that content? What is the way forward for the content which is already there? Anyone wants to pick up?
Okay, so I think the first for me, so what I'll tell you what we did. I mean, recently for a project, what we did was the first and the foremost thing. What we did was that so after pulling out the complete list of old content which was not performing, we basically categorized those content, categorized in terms of that actually filling up what, why, and how of those content. Okay, why we have created this content, for whom we have created this content, and then we decide what we will going to do the future. So for example, if a content was being created just for the sake of keywords and keyword bucketing, we thought that okay, these will be our last priority. But if there is a content which we actually created from the, because see, sometime you also need to understand that even if there's an old content and it is staying there, let it stay there, because it is still having some internal linking to our other pages, but which is still working, which still has some level of value in Google, because that creates the breadth of your that basically create the credibility and the breadth of that particular content. So basis on that, you need to decide what you need to do of the old content. So the ones where you feel now I won't say that you need to scrape all that content. I would say that the content which can be modified, which can be changed, the tonality can be changed, which can be add a bit more value. And one thing which I think even in SEO talk we have talked a lot, and what I am also right now in my pitch also I'm telling most of my clients as well, that in SEO we should stop focusing on top of the funnel. We should start focusing on middle and the lower funnels. So whatever is the piece of the content which was created for the top of the funnel can be modified for the middle and the lower funnel. That is what we are right now focusing on. So that will be my first strategy which I'll work on.
So I think in some of our previous conversations, we also spoke on a situation where we are presuming a lot of top of the funnel content will get discovered by LLMs, AI tools, etc. Right? So is that also part of the strategy that you either refresh content or recreate content or create something new altogether?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, Isha, go on.
No, so I'm saying, yeah, I mean, that is, Malhar, that is one way. So see, again, that also depends on industry to industry. So if it is a very generic industry, like right now, I have plenty of e-commerce uh, 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 projects where I feel that the top of the funnel for me is least, because it's product what they are selling, and their products are very basic, well, very generic. So there I feel that top of the funnel is not going to help them in conversion, because in the end the motto is sales. So again, it depends on industry to industry, who what you are working on. If it is a very, like there are specific industries which are very niche, where even the top of the funnel is very complicated, like how there is a specific audience who search for, then you need to think of that top of the funnel content as well. But still that top of the funnel content has to be designed in a way where you feel that the customer will where you feel that even in the top of the funnel, this is your brand's added value. So I'll give you a recent example. So there's another project where it's around tours and travels. Now we were brainstorming and we realized that right now everybody go on AI platforms and try to create their own itinerary. So I was just talking to my client and I was saying, okay, what content we should create which should be different, because currently, I mean, I was just giving them my example only. Like right now, we all cousins sat and we just picked up ChatGPT and created our itinerary. Why will somebody go to a travel portal to go up and check the itinerary? So then I told them that the only unique factor which you will have is that in that itinerary, how will you add your value? How are you different? What is an added thing which you are giving? Is it the residence which you are, I mean, is it basically the places where you're taking it? Is it the experience which you are basically giving? But that has to come out in that piece of content is becoming very important now.
Brilliant, brilliant, definitely. Uh, Parth, Vijay, you want to add something?
I think so. It's all about. I think so. Vijay and Isha, they already added some of the pointers that I wanted to cover. But one thing that I want to add is when a business, a brand is evaluating whether they should refresh the content or recreate it, like what should they do? So, if the core intent for that particular content is stable, then check for the factual details. If you just want to go ahead and refresh some of the statistics or numbers, and if the whole SERP is favors a different angle, in that case, it makes sense to change the whole content framework for that particular blog or landing page, depending on that. But the question that you ask again about the content thing is top of the funnel. Every LLM out there is going to use your content to train their models and then provide a synthesized answer. Rather, there is still scope to produce content or video content, whether long form video content on YouTube or YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and if TikTok comes into the picture again, then there's still opportunity because people searching those intent related terms. Instagram videos are also showing up on Google now. So yeah, that would be a good top of the funnel way until like I cannot see very soon. Like I cannot see in next couple of years that anything could be automated there by LLMs. So yeah, video content is still going to be there for years.
Super. Vijay, Isha, you want to add or what are your thoughts? The reason I still want to poke further is because what I still feel is uh, going back to the basics and understanding the customer journey becomes very important as you plan to either refresh or recreate your content, and that should be the base that should decide on how or whether you want to actually recreate the content or refresh the content, because the intent shifting starts from there. Is my customer journey changing, or and if it is changing, at what parts and what stage of the funnel that journey is changing? And until we don't know that, it's very difficult. And Isha brought that lovely point in terms of, okay, my journey, a customer journey of doing an itinerary, right, has moved to an LLM rather than going to an agency website, going to make my trip, or going to a travel planner's website and saying, okay, here are my points, and you decide, right? So it all comes down to the entire value addition part of the game, where exactly brands at which stage of the funnel can bring in the value addition, and that would determine what role my content plays. I'm going on the other side of the thing in terms of, say, a very hardcore technology play. And today there was another debate that I was part of, where we are focusing on some of the best websites or best brands who are writing content, and then figuring out why are they writing content. Is it about educating the user on certain part of the business, or is it for better discovery in terms of when someone is searching for a server, when someone is searching for a cloud, right? Why are they searching for a server or a cloud, right? Is it something a very domain level or an industry level term that they are searching for? So, a deeper discourse probably might be needed into that, but it's again goes down to the basic, right? Understanding the customer journey. If we are able to map the customer journey and then determine, refresh the content, recreate the content, etc. All right,
Malhar,
moving to, yeah, yes, yes.
there could be one more reason which you missed on. It could be that the management is asking that you need to add the content.
Oh, yeah, that is a different beast altogether.
because
that
because
that
honestly at this point of time, even I mean I would say not even management, I said right now in the whole in the whole marketing world, right now the most difficult thing which we SEO people, especially the ones who are right now still understanding, learning, experimenting, is to educate the people how this shift is happening and why this shift is happening. Because now like now if I come to your topic where you're saying though that they are questioning that why we are writing this content, this also came up because now they are understanding this. There are a lot of people who are still not able to like till date they are not understanding that why now at this point of time it is very important when they are creating a blog they need to brainstorm this before they write a particular topic. Why right now also when we are giving them any topic ideas, what are the 10 things which is coming, which like 10 back uh, I mean kind of a back programming which we do to come up for that particular topic. So this I feel is a very important thing at this point of time, that people need to understand that why, like why exactly this is happening. What now, when you are creating this content, are you still creating this content just for the keyword perspective? Are you still creating this content because if you personally ask me, people I mean might not tell you when they are in front of public forum, but if you have an offline chat with them, everybody will say, oh, we are just writing it because you want to rank our website. That's one sentence. So
everyone.
yeah, so it's I mean it's again like I mean nowadays another like nowadays when somebody tell me the same thing, I actually ask them, okay, why do you want that to be ranked? That's my counter question to them. What will you get if they rank for this particular keyword? Do you think you will get the business? So
And
that's a shift. That's a shift which has to happen. Then people will start thinking.
no, absolutely. So again, so my next question was basically around this as on similar lines in terms of what happens to a very famous term that most of the content marketer have used, evergreen content. Is there anything going to be evergreen now?
No.
No, I would say still evergreen is evergreen because see, LLMs also need fresh content to upgrade their LLMs. So, so it's but again, this evergreen has in still. I would my take here would be that evergreen has irrespective we are talking about evergreen, you have to add your own masala to it. So it's like I'm creating pani puri. It's the same pani puri 10 thela walas are giving, but everyone have their own taste. So that taste is something which every brand has to work on.
That was a delicious example, I would say. Nice, nice, nice.
Uh, Final thoughts on that particular question, Parth, Vijay, if you want to pick up. I know we are just 1 minute over the board, but you can just take a minute or two on that last one.
Yeah, go on, Vijay, if you want to add.
No, not related to this question, but like we need to like shift our over like own like mindset. Like SEO is not just for Google only. SEO is like distribution channel. I just recently like read one book, SEO as a distribution game. I like already uh, post on LinkedIn. This is from our competitor, Eventbrite, director of SEO, Joe Fuller. So like this is like really
So
hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Am I-
you're audible, Vijay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Audible.
Yep. So uh,
uh,
please read this book. This is like really insightful book. Will help you like change your mindset and like you should
Sure.
like really read this book. So let's say for example, there are AI overviews for uh, in Google Sub, but same page, same intent. If like there are millions of people like now using Bing. So let's say, for example, we are like pretty really like ranking very well for things to do in Chicago this weekend. But since there are a lot of changes in algo and like lot of changes in search behavior, we are not now not ranking in like third position, in third page. So what like I started looking at same question, same search volume, like not same, but same people are like now shifting from Bing. So for same page, like now getting same amount of traffic from Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and Bing का जो भी अभी है और यू है Copilot है वो गूगल से भी ज्यादा अच्छा है. वहाँ पे एड्स नहीं है. तो लोग धीरे धीरे बिंग पे भी इतना अच्छा शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. व्हाई नॉट बिंग को अभी हम प्लान में नहीं ले रहे हैं.
That's a very very good way to.
क्योंकि
Uh,
एक एक ही
it's an
पेज हमने
underrated.
बनाया है. यस यस एग्जैक्टली. क्योंकि बिंग पे अगर आप कर रहे हो तो चैट जीपीटी का फायदा है, यांडेक्स, डक गो, यू विल गेट 4x ट्रैफिक कंपेयर टू जो आप जहाँ पे लूज कर रहे हो. जैसे मैंने दिस वीकेंड वाला एग्जांपल बताया, वी हैव शिकागो स्लैश दिस वीकेंड कंप्लीटली डेड ऑन फेस लाइक गूगल, बट वी आर नाउ गेटिंग मोर ट्रैफिक जो गूगल से आ रहा था. एंड लाइक जो इंटेंट ट्रैफिक है कि जो लोग एग्जैक्ट सर्च कर रहे हैं कि जहाँ पे बिंग पे वो सर्फ वगैरह मतलब गूगल से भी बेटर है, नो एड्स, कोई ट्रैक्शन नहीं है, बेटर लाइक ब्रांड विजिबिलिटी. एंड अगर कोई एक चीज बिंग पे अच्छा वर्क करे दैट मीन्स आप याहू पे सर्च कर लो डक डक कॉपी, क्योंकि सब लोग एक सेम ही सर्विस यूज कर रहे हैं, राइट. लाइक
I have a question for you. Sorry to interrupt, Vijay. What what additional or what extra did you do to make sure that your content is like working for Bing?
वर्किंग फॉर बिंग लाइक इसके लिए हम ऑफलाइन टॉप में भी जा सकते हैं, बट थोड़ी ऊपर से मतलब मैं लाइक आई बीन लाइक वर्किंग ऑन बिंग एसईओ सिंस लास्ट 2.5 year.
Uh huh.
Like honestly, बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट के लाइक इंडस्ट्री टू इंडस्ट्री ये चीज अलग अलग वर्क करती है, बट मैंने अलग अलग एक्सपेरिमेंटल भी स्टार्ट मतलब वन ऑफ द बेस्ट
Got
एग्जांपल
it.
मतलब दूं कि मतलब ये पब्लिकली ये सारे स्टेटमेंट्स नहीं है देने चाहिए, बट गूगल एंड बिंग की इंटरनली पार्टनरशिप हुई है. लाइक अगर आप सेम डोमेन मतलब आप जब फर्स्ट टाइम अगर आप बिंग का वेब मास्टर सेटअप कर रहे हो, आप वहाँ
Okay.
पे मैन्युअली अगर सेटअप कर रहे हो, आप पूरा स्क्रैच से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो. आपका वेबसाइट लाइव 4 साल से है, 4 महीने से है. आप जस्ट गूगल लॉगिन का परमिशन दो, जस्ट वीक का वो टाइम लेगा. जितने भी आपके बैकलिंक्स है, जितना भी आपने अथॉरिटी बिल्ड किया है ओवर द टाइम ऑन गूगल, वो पूरा लाइक जितना भी लाइक लिंक ज्यूस एंड एवरीथिंग मैंने वो ऑलरेडी 5-6 वेबसाइट पे लाइक एक्सपेरिमेंटल किया है. तो आप डायरेक्टली मतलब वो गूगल लॉगिन से ही परमिशन दे रहे हो कि वो डायरेक्टली पूरा डेटा जो बिंग है वो गूगल के सर्च कंसोल से यूज करेगा टू अंडरस्टैंड आपका
अच्छा.
ब्रांड क्या है, आप
Mm-hmm.
क्या कर रहे हो, राइट. तो मतलब दिस इज जस्ट वन थिंग कि एंड मैंने काफी ऐसे भी वेबसाइट देखे जहाँ पे बिंग पे कुछ भी चीजें हमने गलत नहीं किया. गूगल पे वो वेबसाइट हिट हुई, बिंग पे भी वो वापस सेम पीरियड में डिक्लाइन होना स्टार्ट हो गया. वाई? क्योंकि वो बिंग वही डेटा यूज कर रहा है फ्रॉम गूगल.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
सो दिस इज
Got it.
जस्ट
Got
वन
it.
थिंग.
Got it.
दूसरा कोपाइलॉट है, मतलब आपको कोई एमसीपी करने की जरूरत नहीं. आप खुद बिंग के डेटा के साथ इंटरेक्ट करके पूछ सकते हो क्या वर्क कर रहा है क्या नहीं. हमारे पास 24 years का हिस्टोरिकल डेटा है फाइनली. एंड ऑल्सो मतलब कीवर्ड प्लानर जो है वन ऑफ द बेस्ट टूल आई बीन यूजिंग लाइक फॉर ऑल इवेंट्स, कि रियल टाइम कितना बिंग पे वो एग्जैक्ट कीवर्ड के लिए आपका कौन रैंक कर रहा है, क्या वॉल्यूम है, आपको रियल टाइम दिखाएगा. मतलब थर्ड पार्टी कोई टूल की जरूरत ही नहीं है. एंड इंटरनल जो टूल है आप वहाँ पे भी लाइक यू कैन डू लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. मतलब बिंग वेब मास्टर के रिलेटेड मैं पूरा एक वर्कशॉप भी ले सकता हूँ. लाइक इट्स बीन लाइक टू एंड
Yeah.
हाफ
Yeah.
ईयर
Yeah. कुछ कुछ चीजें उसमें ऑफरिंग्स जो है ना डैशबोर्ड में वो सर्च कंसोल में भी नहीं है आई थिंक सो कुछ कुछ इनसाइट्स आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर
तो ये
सो
फैब्रिक
या
के
इट्स
इसके साथ मैं काफ़ी टाइम से टच में हूँ. एंड मैं पर्सनली भी वेबमास्टर से बहुत सारे मैं इनपुट्स एंड फीडबैक शेयर करता रहता हूँ. जैसे 16 month वाला था, वन ऑफ द वो एग्जांपल मैं कंटिन्यू शेयर कर रहा था. फिर रिसेंटली हमारी पार्टनरशिप भी अभी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट क्लैरिटी के साथ हमारी जो केस स्टडी हुई थी. एंड मैं लाइक जैसे ये ऐसे यूज केसेस है ना, मैं स्क्रीनशॉट के साथ मतलब बिंग वेबमास्टर में डालता रहता हूँ कि यार ये क्यों नहीं है, मतलब फ्रस्ट्रेट वे में. तो बिंग की मतलब मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि मेरी वजह से चीज़ें हो रही है, बट कभी-कभी ऐसे दिमाग में है कि यार ये चीज़ होनी चाहिए. कंटिन्यू 2-3 बार
नहीं
ऐसे मतलब कुछ यूज़ केसेस से डाल दो स्क्रीनशॉट के साथ। एंड 2-3 चीज़ें जो भी हिस्टोरिकल डेटा है, फिर ये कंपैरिज़न वाला है कि आप कंपेयर कर सकते हो, सारी मैं कंटिन्यू फीडबैक पास करते रहता हूँ बिंग से, जो फीडबैक बटन है उससे।
so
मतलब
very good approach, very good approach.
मतलब
Keep it up.
लाइक पूरी एसईओ कम्युनिटी के लिए कि अगर इन लोगों को मतलब हमारे कंटिन्यू कुछ मैसेज आएगा तो वो लोग भी मतलब उसको क्या कि बिंग जो मतलब जो भी इंटरनल डैशबोर्ड दे रहा है वो गूगल से तो बेटर है।
100%.
यस।
Can't agree more.
या
हाँ, एंड आई
Fantastic,
थिंक
fantastic.
नाउ तो कंप्लीट बिंग सेटअप, मतलब मैंने रिसेंटली अपनी 2-3 साइट्स पे पुश किया था, तो हमने बिंग सेटअप भी किया, तो इट इज़ ऑल गूगल इंटीग्रेटेड, यू डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग। गूगल की सर्च
एग्जैक्टली।
कंसोल से बिंग के सर्च कंसोल को इंटीग्रेट करो,
इवन
आपका बिंग का सेटअप हो जाएगा।
इवन इवन इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा पॉइंट ये है कि आपको जो बिंग का लाइक बिंग बिंग प्लेसिस है जो गूगल का जीएमबी है, एग्जैक्ट सेम
हुँ,
प्रोडक्ट, वो आपको मतलब डायरेक्टली वहीं वहीं से आप वेरिफिकेशन करवा सकते हो, कुछ नहीं है
करेक्ट।
एक्स्ट्रा करने की। सो मतलब वो जो ऑलरेडी इंटीग्रेशन है इसका कुछ यूज मतलब लोग कर नहीं रहे हैं।
एंड वन मोर, मतलब आई डोंट नो आपने कितना किया है, बट मतलब एक चीज मैं और ऑब्जर्व करी थी। आप मतलब जो क्वेरीज लेवल डेटा है ना, वो आपको गूगल का और बिंग का भी डिफरेंट दिखेगा, तो आपको वहां से भी एक
यस।
अच्छा,
सो
इट्स अ गुड डेटा टू स्टडी, मतलब अपने जब व्हेन वी आर राइटिंग कंटेंट आल्सो, तो उसमें जो हमको कीवर्ड्स या टर्म्स यूज करने हैं, तो उसके लिए मतलब वी यूजुअली गो अहेड विद बोथ बिंग वेबमास्टर आल्सो एंड गूगल वेबमास्टर, दोनों का ही क्वेरिकल
एग्जैक्टली।
डेटा लेके रेलेवेंसी देखकर फिर उसको ऐड करते हैं।
सो टू बी ऑनेस्ट मैं जो भी डेटा पॉइंट निकाला, लाइक आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर जस्ट इकोसिस्टम। जितने भी लोग मतलब मिलियम ये इतना यूज नहीं करते हैं, हमारे जैसे मतलब 20 से 35 के एज वाले ही, मतलब मैंने पूरा हिस्टोरिकल खुद के डेटा से ये सारे डेटा पॉइंट्स निकाले। मैं केविन इंडिया को ये पूरा डेटा भी शेयर करने वाला हूँ इन नेक्स्ट वीक, कि मतलब पूरा ये डेटा पॉइंट कहाँ कहाँ से डॉट सारे कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं। तो मतलब चीज़ें ऐसी है कि पूरा जितना भी ट्रैफ़िक आ रहा है मोबाइल से नहीं है, अगर आपका टारगेट ऑडियंस मोबाइल है तो आप भूल जाओ। जैसे मैं जिस निच में हूँ, लोग मंडे टू फ्राइडे मोस्टली डेस्कटॉप के साथ है, तो डेस्कटॉप में जो भी डिस्कवरी पॉइंट ऑफ से जो भी सर्च कर रहे हैं, मुझे वहाँ से ट्रैफ़िक मिल रहा है। इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा पॉइंट ये मिला कि 99% ऑफ ट्रैफ़िक कमिंग फ्रॉम माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज, क्योंकि माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का जो इकोसिस्टम है, बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज है। तो जितने भी लोग ऑफ़िस से ये सारे मतलब ट्रैवल प्लान कर रहे हैं और एनीथिंग, वो लोग डेस्कटॉप से मतलब मेरा भी यूजुअली है कि जैसे हमें कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाना है तो मैं अभी सिस्टम में ऑफिस आवर्स में बैठा हूँ तो मैं मेरे डेस्कटॉप से ही सर्च करूँगा। तो एंड वन वन मोर इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा पॉइंट मुझे मिला कि लोग यूएसए में खुद सफारी में जाके बिंग डॉट कॉम सर्च करने के बाद पूरा सर्च जो मतलब एक्सपीरियंस है वो स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। लाइक दिस इज लाइक समथिंग न्यू कि हमें उस डायरेक्शन में थोड़ा सोचना ही चाहिए, राइट?
Very insightful data. Yep. काफी I think so. The amount of traffic that all events gets and आप reverse engineer कर रहे हो. So a lot of insights that you can bring on the table. Thanks so much,
Definitely.
Vijay, for sharing. And I think so. Uh, we'll pick your brain in a dedicated session. I think so. You have a lot of insights to share. But
Yeah.
thank you for sharing. And we have one of the handles, Card Neeti, who has joined us from last half an hour. And thanks for joining on the SEO Tech Spaces, brother. I think so. Of lately, I'm little active on the credit card community, and we have been following each other. So yeah, thanks for joining. And if you have any SEO questions, feel free to ask. Cool. Over to you, Malhar bhai.
All right. Thank you so much. I know we went little overboard, little more excited on the topic, I guess. And was an interesting conversation. Definitely wonderful insights from Vijay, Isha coming in, and Partha as always. But it is time to wrap up for this week and see the thank yous for everyone who have joined in and who is going to listen on the recording. And like I end, always have a wonderful week ahead. Have a fantastic one, and do keep visiting the website. And if you have a guest recommendation or a topic recommendation, hit us and let us know what we can pick up.